Welcome to Michael Talks Media. My name is Michael, and I'm going to talk about some media. And today we're going to be talking about One Piece, chapter 1086. You ready? Just a quick recap for everybody out there. In the previous chapter, the entire world fucking exploded, okay? I don't know if you know if that's a big deal to you, but it seems like a pretty big deal to me. We had an Emu chapter where Emu spoke a lot. That was pretty fucking crazy. We had the Gorosei turn into giant silhouette cow people. That was pretty fucking crazy. Cobra died. That was pretty fucking crazy. But how could it get any crazier? You're asking yourself. Well, my friend, let me tell you. If you don't think things could get crazier, things could definitely get fucking crazier. I'm crazy. No, I'm not. Oh boy, do we have some reveals. We got the biggest fucking reveals. So to start things off, the chapter starts on a magnificent color spread. It's all the Straw Hats, and they're all playing in a nice puddle. Chopper's wearing a little raincoat. There's a little cat. He's playing around with him, a little cat, little frog. Nami's got a little umbrella. Everyone's having a great time. And then the chapter starts. It's just absolute pandemonium. You know, it's exactly what you expect. Everyone's freaking out. You have the people from the Alabasti Kingdom wondering where the fuck their people are. Hell's there. And he's like, where's Vivi? Where's Cobra? And nobody knows where they are. So everyone's searching for him. Vivi and Wapple are stowaways on a Morgan ship. And so that's how they ended up with Morgan. Vivi asks Wapple why he's freaking out. Of course, Wapple doesn't want to talk about that shit. He just saw, like, the devil. You know, I feel like if you saw the devil, you wouldn't want to talk about that because it's the devil. And Morgan's listening in on them, being like, this is big news. Big. They make their grand escape, and CP0 is on the move. I repeat, CP0 is now on the move. They're all hunting for Vivi and Sabo. I would also guess that they're also going to hunt for Wapple a little bit too. It's kind of rude that they excluded my man. He didn't do the flame punch, and I guess he didn't do whatever Vivi did at the Reverie. But I mean, my man did a look through a peephole. I feel like he deserves a little respect, maybe a little search. We get to see where Sabo is, and we also get to see where Bonnie's at, which I forgot to say it in the beginning, but there's the narrator at the beginning, and he talks about how the Reverie has ended. It's over. And we didn't get to see what Bonnie did at the Reverie, which is interesting, which I feel like we'll get that later. We'll definitely get that later. So we get to see where Bonnie is, and we get to see where Sabo is going. So Sabo's on the ship to Lelucia Kingdom, and we all know what happened at Lelucia Kingdom. I mean, come on. And then Bonnie, she's on the Tajin Kingdom ship, and she's hungry. She's so hungry, and she's also in her kid form. I think she's in her kid form. It's hard to tell. Everyone knows about the murder of King Cobra. That's worldwide news, but most of the stuff that actually happened at the Reverie is hidden. People know about the disappearance of Vivi, and people know about the death of Cobra, the murder of Cobra by the Cobra Slayer Sabo, which is a hot topic for the Gorosei when they're talking about him in their giant room, talking about the people of D and their checkered past. And this is the second time. Comment down below if I'm wrong, but I think this is the second time that we've heard the phrase D and checkered past. Because I'm pretty sure the first time that we heard that was with Law's flashback with Corazon, whenever he said the people of D are fated with a checkered past. And I thought it was interesting that it came up again. And they're like, the people who surround themselves with the name D have a checkered fate. I keep saying past. They have a checkered fate. But the Gorosei are thinking about what to do with Egghead. And let me tell you, it ain't fucking good. As soon as they're talking about what to do with Egghead, Eam picks up the phone and is like, hey, yo, dogs. Hey, I got an idea. And Eam's kind of like an angry stepdad that, you know, had a couple of beers and just wants to do some bad things. And Eam's all like, hey, man, I want to fuck some shit up right now. We can't have that shit happen anymore, and I'm ready to just blow up some steam. Let's use that weapon that Vegapunk gave us, okay? And the Gorosei are just like, are you fucking kidding me? Hell yeah. And Eam gives the name. It's called the Mother Flame. I think that's how you say it. Mother Flame? Flame? Flaim. That's how you say it. We get that. And they want to use this on the Lucia Kingdom. And the reason why that they want to use it on the Lucia Kingdom, A, they think that Saba's going to go there. But also, B, because it's close. And you get to see kind of how just like naturally evil these people are. They're like, yeah, there's a lot of people on this island. But they're all going to die. Like that's just it. I like how Eam's workaround for things is just like, But then we get our fated introductions for the Gorosei. These old heads that we have seen for fucking ever. We finally get to know their names. Of course, we already know. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. He's the one with the big beard, pointy nose. He has a little hat, like the dreadlocks kind of thing. He's the one that's on his way to Egghead right now. And then we have Saint Marcus Mars. He's the tall one with the big mustache. Well, I guess they all kind of have big mustaches. He has the one with the long mustache and the long beard and a very long face. And then we got the Gorbachev-looking guy, who is Saint Topman Walkyrie. We have the bald swordsman Gandhi, whose name is Saint Ethensbaron V. Nasajuro. And then we have Saint Shepherd Jew Peter, and he's the one that looks like Abraham Lincoln, the tall guy with a nice beard. But they all fall under the moniker of War God. Saturn is the military god of science defense. Saint Marcus is the military god of environment. Saint Topman Walkyrie is the military god of law. Saint Ethensbaron V. Nasajuro is the military god of finance. And then Saint Shepherd Jew Peter is the warrior god of agriculture. Ain't that fun? They all say, of course, my lord. Of course, my lord, Emu. We will abide by your bidding. We will do what you want. And Emu says, yeah, sure. Please blow up Lucia Kingdom. Please test out this weapon because we need to know if the weapon works and if they can use it on other kingdoms. And before they wrap things up, Eam has one more thing to say. Eam wants Vivi. And this is very important. I don't know why this is important, but it's gonna be very important. Vivi's gonna play a very important role. But now we all know that Vivi carries the moniker D. And we know for a fact that Eam does not like D. And so after this point, we break away from the Eam stuff and we go to what's happening with the rest of the world. So where were the Marines during this whole thing? Well, some of the Marines, they were fighting the Revolutionary Army, trying to keep things under wraps. But the rest of the Marines, they were just trying to figure out just what to do with just rebellions just in general. All the Marines are trying to wrap things up. And we get to see, Oda is just fucking cooking, man. He's cooking. We get to see the introductions of 3 new Seraphim. We got the Don Quixote do Flamingo Seraphim, who looks like this. We have the Gecko Moria Seraphim, looks like that. And then we have the Crocodile Seraphim that looks like this. And Oda keeps doing this shit. Oda keeps playing with our heartstrings. Just tell us that Crocodile is a fucking woman. Like, please. I am a huge subscriber of the Crocker Mom theory. That's out there. For those who don't know, people think that Crocodile is Luffy's mom. I don't think Crocodile's Luffy's mom, but I think it would be a pretty cool twist if Crocodile were a woman. Like, the Seraphim for Crocodile kind of looks like the Seraphim for Boa Hancock a little bit, just because with how Oda draws like female eyes. I've noticed that he is a very distinct style, and like the faces are more, the female faces are more rounded, as the male faces are a little bit more like angular a little bit sometimes. We may get a Crocker Mom, or we may not. Maybe. I don't know, but we got 3 new Seraphim, and they all look absolutely incredible. And now we got the meat and potatoes, guys. So Sabo explains to Ivankov and Dragon what happened on the Lucia Kingdom. It's horrifying. It's absolutely horrifying. He tells him that he was a stowaway on a ship, and when he made it to Lelucia Kingdom, he got a bunch of people to join the Revolutionary Army with the efforts of Betty, and they all loaded onto a ship, and they're all like, we love the Revolutionary Army. We will definitely come back and get more people to join the Revolutionary Army in Lelucia Kingdom. He told Dragon that it was a conscious decision for him to make sure that he was on the ship and out of range. So Sabo didn't have a jamming transponders now, but he waited until he started sailing to make an indirect transmission to Dragon, which was intercepted by the world government, by which he suspected probably would happen, but he made sure that he had already set sail. Sabo's saying a big old, "Hey man, deuces to you, Lelucia Kingdom," freaking before everything even happened. And I'm not saying that Sabo knew that the island was going to explode, but like he was kind of prepared for something to happen. Sabo explains to Dragon and Ivankov the nature of the attack that happened on Lelucia Kingdom. He mentions that it was a giant shadow that took over the sky, and Dragon makes this reaction like he's heard of this or he's seen this before. I thought this was very interesting. Sabo says that he can't explain whether or not it was a living thing or something naturally occurring. It was just something pitch black flying above the clouds. So he definitely saw something flying above the clouds. And so I don't know if this is going to be like a part of Eam that can like soar. I don't know. It's definitely the machine that Vegapunk created. I don't know if it's an ancient weapon. They all talk about how it might be an ancient weapon, but it also may not. It may just be just a weapon that Vegapunk made. And Dragon's like, whoa, what? I know Vegapunk. I know Vegapunk. He would never do this. And Ivankov drops a bomb. He knows about this person from the ancient kingdom who has the same name, Eam, who was a part of the 20 kings. It was named Saint Emu from the Nerona family. And so Emu carries the name Saint, and so do the Gorosei. So it may be a thing for maybe the Gorosei was a part of like the 20 kings back then or somewhere. Maybe they're part of the lineage or something of the 20 kings. And Eam talks about how they may have cracked the code to immortality. And so I think we all saw this coming with the name Eam, immortal. They'll get into a fight about why didn't Eam use this weapon sooner if they had it already, which is a good question to ask. And I feel like that's a question that a lot of people have on their minds, like why didn't Eam already just like wipe out all the pirates at this point? You know, it's like all these pirates are trying to get that one piece. Like, why doesn't Eam just blow it up? You know, which I feel like that's probably where we're going. Everyone's confused. Everyone's just fucking confused. And then y'all, we got the craziest ending to a One Piece chapter in a while. So hold on to your fucking seats because this one's a doozy. We get introduced to a person, a character. We have text bubbles from the narrator. And so the narrator says, today in the Holy Land of Marijwa, a celestial dragon was executed. However, this was not reported to the rest of the world. The one who passed judgment was the former king of a land called God Valley. First off, mind exploded right there. Let's keep going. And he is the supreme commander of the Holy Knights. Another one right there. Mind explode. And he is the one who executed a celestial dragon who stood up for the fishmen, Saint Don Quixote Moscart. And this person is none other than Saint Figureland Garland, a new character that we have who just looks like a giant, he looks like this Pokemon right here. And if that name isn't just sparking a giant synapse in your brain, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You guys remember Film Red? You guys remember that movie? Remember this one? Remember the Sing movie? Huh? So we had a name drop in that movie for Shanks. And it was stated that Shanks comes from the Figureland family. And I feel like this is why he has so much fucking influence over everything. It's because his fucking dad or fucking uncle or like stepdad or grandpa. The fucking top of the Holy Knights. What? Like what? It's unfair. That is unfair. Also, he looks like a crescent moon, which is also unfair because it looks weird and it looks kind of cool at the same time. Mostly weird, and he has this big sword kind of like Shanks, so maybe they all have, the whole Figureland family carries the same sword, this kind of thing. But big fucking reveal. That's great. And then Oda takes fucking 4 weeks off. Oda's kind of like the ultimate sugar daddy. If you've been keeping up with One Piece news, you may have noticed that Oda's taking a four-week break. And I love that he does this. He's just like casually, well, I mean, he's fixing astigmatism in his eye, which is warranted. He's getting his surgery so he can work better. And I mean, also so he can see. That's a great thing for Oda to do. But I love that he does this sometimes, where he'll just drop he'll just casually drop just like the biggest bomb. And he's like, all right, I'm going to Kokomo for like ever. And then I'll come back and then I'm going to drop another bomb on you and just atomize your soul and your mind. We also end on Saint Figureland Garling delivering his first line of the series, talking about how those who protect trash are trash. And so he's a racist, probably. So Shanks comes from a racist family line. If you remember, there's a scene with Shanks and Whitebeard, and Whitebeard says that he's like, my scar aches whenever I look at you, or it's like my body aches whenever I look at you. I can't look at your face because I think of him, and I'll never be him. And so hey, that's what happened in One Piece this week, which is absolutely insane. My mind is spinning with a bunch of thoughts and ideas, and I'm interested as to what you guys think about this chapter. What were your takeaways? What theories are brewing? What insights do you have? We can get a discussion going in the comments. Maybe I can make another video just talking about some of my thoughts from this chapter. This was more of just like a review, just off the wall, just brain fart thoughts. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate it if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys making it all the way to the end of this video. And this is Michael from Michael Talks Media, and I just talked about some motherfucking media. All right, peace, y'all.